Were the bugs worse when you were doing it earlier? Back in the day?
Black flies, mosquitoes, always been a thing up here. You come in August.
We had 100% DEET back in the day.
Yeah, used to just swim in DEET. Dissolves the steering wheel of your truck. Serious. But yeah, my buddy had a truck, just a wire hoop, because all the plastic was dissolved in the DEET.
But hey, 12 hours and no bugs.
Yeah, you start hearing airplanes and things though.
There's no pain, no agony, no hardship through it that isn't rewarding the next step. Like you turn the corner and there's something amazing around the corner. Or, you pick up a rock that reminds you of something else, and it just slows life down. It's something else.
Like I always say, like your trophy room is yours. So like when you're laying in an old folk home and all that's gone, you're not gonna be like, man, I wish I bought one more baseball card. I wish I had one more piece of gear. It's none of that. All that gets given away. It's gone. You have what's in your brain, and nobody can take that away from you.
Kind of hard to find that perfect word for it, but it's the fulfillment of everything you do. Just makes you feel so much better. We're always pushing farther and farther, and I don't think we've ever even seen the line. I think it's an imaginary line. Like, I don't think it's there. It's all a matter of how your mental game is, and you can just go.
You can't say we live on the best place on earth and then go to Mexico for your vacation. If every time you want to do something fun, it means leaving Canada, you're missing the boat here.
What is it about the wilderness and getting out there like that is so special?
I don't know that that's a one answer kind of a question. I think it's probably very personal for different people, but for me, feeling, and I know it's not true most of the time, but feeling like you're the first person to stand there. Yeah, that's bullshit.
It is bullshit. Just don't hit the camera. You can hit me, just don't hit the camera. All right, so walk us through the logistics of what we're doing on this trip.
Yeah, so we're going to a lake where a plane can land you on the lake, but you cannot fly off the lake loaded. So essentially, 3 hunters and a cameraman get out of a plane at a lake they cannot be picked up at.
We always pushed ourselves to go to what we would believe that no man's ever gone. Do I believe that no man's ever been there? No. I think somebody's probably been there at one point or another, but it's to push ourselves to our absolute max and then grab another gear from there. Obviously, things are going to be thrown out the window. You always make a plan and God laughs. But as projected, if we weren't going to take any detours, I think we're looking at about 100 to 120K. We do have a river to cross in between that we have no intel on this place whatsoever. So we don't even know if we can actually cross it. We're going to find out. We might be in our skivvies, we might be swimming, but we'll find out when we get there.
Like now they say that's CG, that's AI, that's fake. It's not that. That's just a picture. That's the background. So this will show that. It'll show what we're walking through. Like, forget about all the peaks and how big the sheep are. You're here. Well, no, I started in the 90s. Would come once a year in the 90s. And then there was a couple times I did it twice a year. And then I laid off there in 2000, had a stroke and whatnot. So I think that's legit. Ken, you gotta be 20 something. Yeah, maybe 25, eh? But being like 4 or 6 weeks in the bush was too much for me. I wasn't enjoying it by the last week in the bush.
4 or 6 weeks is a long time.
It's a long time.
17 years in a row. The last 5 years I've gone twice. 22 times.
That's a lot of miles, eh, when you look at it that way. It's a lot of miles. So have you ever done 3 times in a year, bud? Not yet.
Opening morning of my first sheep hunt, there's 29 rams and 13 were legal. First time I ever did sheep hunt. 15 hours later, I killed a ram. 35K walked.
Who are you? What's your name? Where are you from?
My name's Robert Cook. I'm from Williams Lake, born and raised here. Who I am is essentially I'm a hunter, I'm an outdoorsman, I'm a father, I'm a husband. That's who I am. First sheep hunt, I can remember, I'll kind of take it before that. So like my dad used to go sheep hunting. I can remember being 10 years old. He would get home from northern BC, sometimes with the twisties in the back seat, sometimes not. But I remember when he drove down the driveway, I'd look over that box rail and look in the back, and that was kind of my first taste of addiction. When I was a kid, it was a lot of keeping up, going to these extremes to chase deer in the rivers and the holes and the places no one wanted to go. It was long hikes. It was hard work. My dad kind of faded into being more of a dad, less of a radical hunter, less of the chase the north. He came on one flying trip moose hunting, and then it was like, hey, we got to get back sheep hunting. I want to see what you know, Dad. So my dad had set to retire when he turned 60, so July of the year he turned 65 years ago. So my idea was for his retirement to buy him, to pay for a sheep hunt. I'm taking my dad, because he retired, sheep hunting. We're going sheep hunting. There we are. He's 60 years old, retired. August 1st, we fly to a lake that he's been to before. It was like a scene of a movie. It was like surreal. So we hike up this horse trail that he knew where it was. We crest the first hill and we glass across, and in this bed there's 29 rams and 13 are legal. It's 2 days before opener. And we watch these sheep, and on opening morning there's 13 legal sheep. It took us 15 hours to get on my ram. Of constant walk. I think we walked about 35K that day trying to get on these rams. And I shot my first sheep opening morning of my first ever sheep hunt. And it's, I don't know, ever since then I've been chasing that feeling of opening mornings, that feeling of looking across the valley and seeing a legal ram. It's just, you only get so many opening days in your life. That's one for the ages.
Are you faster than Bud, or are you a better hunter than
I smoke him up every mountain. Oh yeah, the powerhouse. Those guys are too busy napping all the goddamn day.
Ramp.
He's running.
What's your name? Where are you from? Who are you?
Jake Favel, born and raised Williams Lake, BC, married, 2 children. In the last few years, been guiding for Kelly Morton's hunting adventures. We're into mountain lions, lynx, bobcats, stuff like that in our local area, which is really handy. It's about 10 minutes outside my door.
How'd you get into sheep hunting?
My good friend Bud, he really sparked it. He was going with his old man. Rick's been going for 50 years or something ridiculous like that. The guy's an animal, but they had that as their kind of father-son hunt, and they invited me to go, which I thought was pretty cool. It was a hunt that I never thought I would go on. It wasn't really something I pushed for. Bud always told me, he's like, you go on one sheep hunt, you won't want to hunt anything else. It's the peak. The reward is amazing. Like, there's no other word for it. It's amazing. Every step, you just fight through it, and there's never a bad day. Persistence is deadly. You gotta push. You gotta push. There's gonna be mountains in your way, and that's all areas of life. There's always mountains in the way. Climb the fucking mountain. You gotta get out there. You gotta do it. Put in the time, and just go for it.
I threw in 25 packets of mayonnaise.
Threw a handful in a cup of hamburger.
25 packets of mayonnaise?
Yeah.
Let's just make the hot rod slide.
Dip in mayonnaise, swallow them all.
Why would you bring so much mayo? That's like a f***ing liter of mayo.
We ate a lot of mayo that last year. We ate a lot of mayo that month. We ran out of mayo.
No, we didn't. We just told you we did.
No.
We're sick of sharing.
In your own words, how would you explain Rick to someone who doesn't know him?
There's no words that can describe Rick. He's
And how would you describe your dad?
My dad is
the closest thing, and I love bugging him for it. Cy Robertson. Cy Robertson is about the closest thing to this guy. He's got his own mindset. He's doing his own things.
If I had to describe him, like, what is he on the mountain? He's a guy just out there loving it. When you look at that guy, he's eating his chili mac, sitting on a mountain with his son and a good friend. He's just loving that. You can tell it's not as much about the hunting to him, but more about just living and continuing to live.
It's not just fun to watch him. It is like an experience to witness this guy.
Can't even get all the horn in there.
Buddy.
He's his own human being, and I don't think that there's anybody on this planet that's anything like this guy. He's an animal. He's an animal.
So, for all intents and purposes, what's your name? Who are you? Where are you from?
Oh, name, rank, serial number.
Exactly.
Richard Cook. I like to go hunting. Retired now, so that's pretty much all I do is hunt, fish, maybe a little trapping in the winter.
Where are you born and raised?
Vancouver, right. Born on the Lower Mainland, moved north here to the Caribou in my teenage years. Finished school here, never left.
What was it like kind of in the transition to going to Vancouver to here? Like
City born, had no idea, nobody in the family hunted or fished. My parents were immigrants from England. It was just no guns, nothing. And then when I moved to 100 Mile House, it was, holy crap, I can have a 22, I can plink, all my friends, chase grouse, fell right to it. Then it became, that's all I wanted to do.
was that fire like kind of like an instant thing, or was it like
It was in me from little. I always wanted to go camping, adventure, and it was kind of not mentored till I met people that hunted and fished when we moved to the interior. Suddenly I'm doing it with my family, feeding my family, teaching my kids, and it became a lifestyle. Didn't set out to be that, but it certainly got that way quickly. Mom's with that guy. Come on. Get in there, we're getting close now.
No, there's another one. There's Mama.
There's Mama. Well, that's a little Mama. Oh, there's Mama.
There's Mom.
Oh. Does it look like a older brother ran up the hill?
Same size. You getting that done?
Oh,
Good bear. Oh, she's eating too, hungry.
Just a little.
Just showing.
It's only a 2-year-old sow.
Yeah.
They're spooky.
What's your favorite part about the flight?
You just feel free, dude. Literally feel free. You'll see. It's hard to. You can't even explain it. It's literally just free. All your worries go away. You're not even thinking about the hunt that you're going into. It's just like that moment in time freezes, and you're just floating in the air in a little tin can with a bunch of stinking assholes.
As the only person in this group to have never done a fly-in trip, A healthy mix of nerves and excitement filled my mind. Jake, Bud, and Rick seemed to all understand something I wasn't privy to. I couldn't tell you what it was at that moment in time, but the wild northern mountains of British Columbia would soon bring me to that same understanding. After 14 hours of driving, we would arrive at our destination at 3 a.m. The pilot instructed us to be ready for 7 a.m. This meant we were going to be flying in on an empty stomach and no sleep. The truck had done its damage to Rick's back, so he decided to sleep underneath a sign by the ditch on the side of the highway for the night. As I fell asleep in the back seat of the truck, I couldn't help but think, what the f*** did I get myself into?
This lake we're going to this year, my dad had talked about it, where he had a good relationship with a pilot. He flew in 20 sometimes as a pilot. He had told him about this lake. If you ever wanted the biggest rams in the province, you got to go to this lake.
Going on the place we're going, so he was telling me a story that this one pilot had told you that there was always been this lake.
It was a broken play, and
So I can remember the stories as any sheep hunter would, sitting around. My dad's having beers with buddies. They're talking about this lake where the big sheep were. So
interesting characters, guides, bush pilots. They're interesting people.
Yeah.
And you get up there, and there's a little bit of turmoil guiding territories changing hands, and bush pilots mad at other people and stuff. So the bush pilot, which they're not allowed to give you guiding information, and you don't ask either. But there's stuff going on, and the lake I wanted to go to, I can't even remember the reason I couldn't go to it. Me and my buddy showed up, had a plane booked, and we couldn't get into the lake. It might have been forest fire or something like that.
Yeah.
And he says, well, I know a lake you can go to. I said, oh, that's great. He says, but I can't give you guiding information and stuff. I said, no, just take me to a lake. He says, you have to walk out. I can land on it. I can't pick you up on it. I said, okay, done. I'll pay attention when we fly in, and we'll fly over the pickup lake, and then you have to make your way back to it. So we did that, only I didn't really have maps. Usually I spend a year studying the area I'm going to. I like new areas all the time. So I ended up hiking out to the wrong lake.
he gets dropped off at this lake. It's a small lake, so you can get dropped there, but you can't get picked up there. So he hikes out, gets lost. It's like a huge ordeal in my life and my mom's life.
And then not being there for pickup, and then the pilots, and I don't know where he is, and then it got to be a search and rescue situation. Only they're not search and rescue. One of the local guys, I did the whole pull a plane out of the sky. He radios in my location. So I was a few days overdue. Hiked wrong direction, basically.
It's funny that the crazy hunter gets lost in the bush. He got found, no harm, no foul. So that's kind of what I remember as a kid at this lake.
And so it was quite an adventure, quite a story. And Bud remembers that. He was quite a bit younger, and he remembers that well. So this planned trip is to that lake.
So when we're talking about sheep hunting, I think me and my old man have been 5 straight years now. So we've always talked about this lake. We've shot rams. We've shot 9-year-old rams, 39-inch rams. We got to go to that lake. That intel is too good not to go to that lake. So last summer after our sheep hunt, I booked this lake. It's kind of we're not talking to the pilot. We're talking to like the manager, I guess. I booked this lake. It's got no name. I show him on the map. I'm like, I want to land on this lake. Here's what we want to do. He's like, okay. He writes it down, takes my money, books this hunt. So that's mid-August. Well, about November, December of last year, the pilot, the guy that owns the booking agency and the plane, calls me, and he says to me, explain to me what you intend to do. And I tell him I want to land on that lake, and he's like, yeah, I've been to that lake. And I tell him the adventure we want to go on and where we want to get picked up at. And he literally tells me on the phone, he's like, do you know, nobody has ever done that before. And it was, I talked him into it, and we hung up the phone, and he's like, okay. He just basically said, I could hear it in his voice, like thinking you guys are crazy, but okay. And I hung up that phone, and I called my partner Jake, and it really cemented in. I literally told him, nobody's ever done this. Now we have to do it, and now we're doing it. Here, this is the beginning of doing it, I guess. The natural direction to get picked up at is kind of out of the mountains, and I think that's why this range is unattainable for most. So we're gonna go through a range that nobody can walk to, nobody can ride a horse to. You're landing on a lake that nobody can pick you up at. There's no riverboat access, and we're going to literally walk the wrong direction in search of the biggest rams in the province, I'm hoping. And on the other end, there's potentially life or death river crossing to get to where we could be picked up. So on day 12, day 13, we're going to be out of food. We're going to be standing on a river, contemplating, do we cross this river and get picked up by a plane? Or do we turn around and walk 12 days the wrong way with no food to a lake we can't get picked up at?
What makes that exciting to you?
The unknown, the internal chase of something I would like to think no one's ever done. To chase the 40. My dad's been talking about 40 for my whole life, and this is the culmination of hard work, persistence, and just a drive to, I don't know, just to touch something that mankind hasn't influenced.
It's good intel. It was then. I'm sure it's still good. I don't know. We're going to go see. He's always wanted to see.
I'm sitting here in front of you.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be an adventure.
Jake was right. I felt free. I wasn't worried about rucking 120 kilometers to a pickup point with a 68-pound bag on my back. I wasn't worried about bad weather, or bugs, or bears, or running out of food because we couldn't cross a river at the end of our trip. Even the fact the pilot let Bud fly the plane didn't worry me. I, like everyone else inside that tin can, was present. As forests became foothills and foothills became mountains underneath us, we drew closer to our destination and further from the weight of society. Each of us was there for a different reason, yet we all had a similar understanding and purpose. The next 13 days of my life, I would experience unexplainable beauty, discomfort, triumph, and defeat. I just didn't know it yet.
Oh, Matt, you didn't trust me for the landing. That was unreal, man.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That's a little lake, eh? Yeah, pretty funny. That's my 22nd time and it never gets old.
He's
This is a tiny lake.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate the fight, man.
Hey,
Awesome.
no worries. Yeah. I think it's that wall. Yeah, actually. Yeah, depends on the wind, right?
That was all June, Jeff.
How many times have you been here? Ever? We seemed to know what he was doing, so he must have been coached.
That's it. That's your last thread of reality. Now we're just trying to pick it apart before we walk away from it. We're gonna head
Up.
up kind of midday today. We just think this is the last time we're gonna see any of this, so
Make it count. Like the reigning, defending champ of spotting all the sheep first, so gotta get that out of the way before Bud picks one up.
just on the edge of nowhere.
Rick, how are you feeling?
Feeling better than I have all year.
Climbing through the willows, we made our first steps of the trip. Within an hour of walking, Jake would make good on his word and spot the first sheep of the hunt. Only 50 yards from him, 2 rams and a ewe stood on the other side of the pond, well below the tree line. The lowest I had ever seen a ram. Unfortunately, they spooked quickly, so we decided to post up and hope we could pick them up again if they broke the tree line.
Looks like they're walking.
So Jake, you're coming in number 1 draft pick. Draft pick with the eyes.
Always. I wish I spotted them earlier.
So where were they?
What, 50 yards maybe?
Just on the other side of the pond there.
Just walking on the creek.
What, a couple fairly good?
One's pretty good. I just gotta look just straight on behind them, but
You think they're gonna stay in the trees of the storm, or they're gonna pop up?
I think they go up. Got a lucky dart every time.
This is the life, bud.
Yeah. What is that low for?
Channel 7 News coming on in half an hour.
What's the forecast?
Ramage.
What?
Going up that drainage, Ted.
Yeah, just leave it alone, curl for sure.
A legal stone sheep right in front of us within an hour of walking from the lake. I couldn't believe it. Now you might be asking yourself, if it's a legal ram, why aren't they putting a stalk on it? Why aren't they chasing it? Why are they just sitting there eating gummy worms?
Yeah, that one's a shooter. Bo wham, buddy.
40.
Tippy.
The first reason is that in British Columbia, after being in an aircraft, you must wait 6 hours before you can legally hunt. So even if he was our ram, we'd still have to wait there and watch him run away. The second reason, which is very important to understanding our story, is that Bud, Jake, and Rick had all agreed that the only way they were going to harvest a ram was if he met either one of these criteria. Number 1, the length of the horn must exceed 40 inches. This is one of the vectors used to score a ram. For reference, Bud's first ram was 39 inches. None of these men had harvested a 40-inch ram, hence why earlier Bud said him and his dad were chasing 40. Criteria number 2. The ram is 10 years or older. A stone sheep's life expectancy is 10 years. Their horns have aging rings, or are otherwise technically known as annuli. If you get close enough to a ram, you'll be able to determine its age and get a rough estimate of the length of the horn. The importance of this is to respect the animal, but also coincide with how they define themselves as sheep hunters. Harvesting a ram with either one of these criteria means that the ram has lived a full life, either through genetics, will, or chance. This animal has made its mark on the ecosystem. Finding a legal ram can be hard enough, but to meet either of these criteria is an added challenge. So with all that in mind, we had to press on and up. But for us to see a legal ram this early only meant one thing. Rick's intel was good, and the chase was on.
The quest continues.
It's kind of thick for bugs.
Pretty thick for bugs, yeah.
The bugs are infuriating.
Bugs are spicy. Spicy bugs. But the sheep, worth it.
You gonna spot something today, Rick? I think I'm saving it for tomorrow.
Spot a ram. The bugs seem to have gotten a little bit smaller. I just want to point that out.
Smaller, but a lot of them.
I know there's like probably 60 trying to bite me at any given time.
So many bugs.
Most bugs I've ever dealt with.
Crawling in every orifice is driving me insane.
It's a nice afternoon in the sheep mountains. A little slow right now, but they'll stand up soon. walk too much farther.
What's the forecast, Jakey? What's it say? There's 3 rams over there, and they're all pigs. We're looking good. I don't know how the we're gonna get on them. There's 2 there, and there's another one a little lower to the right, out of the frame. But we're laughing, man. Those 2 are both dandies.
All time, who spotted more sheep?
Without question.
I've seen 4 sheep die, and I've spotted them all.
I've carried 12 sheep.
That is not true.
Those were on the mountain I spotted.
12 sheep, that's the total?
Yeah, I think I was counting them one day. Not all mine, but people's too. You go hunting, one of you gets a sheep.
Still counts, you're doing it as a team.
Absolutely. I figured 12 sheep out and 36 hunts. Last time I counted.
33%.
Yeah, I figured I was doing good at 33.
You're like MBA, lifetime career, 33% from the field. There you go.
There you go. Sign me up, coach.
We're on the mountain.
Should actually pay money to see you play basketball, Rick.
I know, I'm kind of goofed up in sports.
Get all tangled up in your nets, it'd be hilarious.
All right, so explain to us what got us here.
My feet.
4-wheel drive.
4-wheel drive got us here.
I had the Crocs locked in and we went for
This
a
was
run.
supposed to be more candid. We weren't supposed to stop and talk. Remember that was a thing?
You weren't supposed to cry either. That
It's all f***ed up. We're off script now. Touche.
Okay, so what's our game plan right now?
Jake spotted some big rams on top of that shit yesterday, so we came to look, but we can see a few. We just don't know if it's worth going across the valley of Shadow of Death. So I think we're gonna gain some water, gain some elevation, and maybe spend a day.
Keep glassing.
Figure out if it's worth it.
Glassing.
Need to put eyes on that big one again.
40 your best, buddy.
That one's
40
a
your
stud.
best.
Whoa, foreshadowing. I like it.
How was that?
Here we are.
Here we are, good work, dude.
Bugs were fun on that hill.
Yeah, dude.
gotta go way fucking left.
What past the bit of
Through the, oh yeah, through the crotch. See the lowest crotch there between the two big ones?
How many more sheep are on the other side of that rock?
Thank you.
That one's lots legal. Sun's on him now and he's facing the one on the right. No, same one. Legal, and the one on the right is definitely legal.
That looks like a artist sculpture what sheep should look like. That's perverse.
What are you judging?
See, tips over his nose right there. See that?
Yeah. Can you get to him though?
My superpower is flying, so we're good to go.
Just showing off, eh?
Yeah. Got
Those
a,
steps.
yeah, got a sway back and everything.
Rain's coming in.
That's it.
I'm just talking for the video.
Running from the rain.
I am one lucky. We got a storm coming. I managed to give me this nice double rainbow before it does. Okay, peace out, guys. Rain is coming. I'm gonna beat the rain here. Boys already got camp set up. Well, for the most part. Thunderstorms in the forecast and big sheep.
How's supper? It's moist. Another night on the hill.
Day 3, well, going into day 3 now, so our plans are basically, we've seen enough rams, we're going to try and get in a position where we can actually get touching distance.
Yeah, we've seen lots. We got one for sure, absolute stomper, but I don't think we're gonna make it. It's a nasty, nasty valley over there, and it's probably looking at 2 days just to get over there, and then we don't know if we can actually get to them. Kind of living on the top of the moon.
Backside of the moon.
Yeah, the dark side of the moon.
Next valley, next hill, it'll change. Somebody will cry, somebody will get mad. As long as there's a knife fight, we're good.
Who's gonna be the crier?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna cry. The bugs are bad in the bottom.
Yeah.
And they piss me off.
I don't know. It's probably a decent ram, one we're getting closer to, but we'd kind of decided that that was an all-in type move, and on day 2 that wasn't the right decision to make, so we took a right when those sheep were on the left, yeah.
What Bud means by an all-in move is this. Since we had landed, we had been walking in the wrong direction. For 2 days we had been walking away from our pickup point. This was on purpose. We had planned to check out these valleys for any rams before we left the area. We had found sheep, however their location would take us even farther from our way home. The cliffs they were on would also make harvesting a ram ethically and intact incredibly difficult. Time spent hoping they'd come down into an area we could access them would cut into time to search much larger valleys if they indeed never came down from the cliffs. This was the inherent challenge of not being anywhere near our pickup point. With more than 100 kilometers to go, we gambled that we would find something on our journey home.
Where are we headed, Jake?
Down through the jungle. Looks a little bit like the Congo. Go down there, see if we can't cross that creek. Maybe play hopscotch on the beaver dam, get across, and run up that mountain. See how she goes. Well needed rest in the creek. Little bird bath action.
Little taping of the feet, little bath. 65, just killing it. Come a long way from that saddle.
Rick, as soon as he got up there, the first thing he did was take 15 steps back and take a shit.
You get him on camera?
No.
All right, Mr. Jake, how many hours are we in now?
What time is it? It's 10:37 right now. We haven't left the tent since 9 o'clock last night. Still snowing, still building up snow.
What's the rummy tally?
Oh, we're all tied up now.
All tied
I
up?
think it's like 6 games each or something like that.
Yeah.
5.
How do you think the other comrades are doing?
That's got to be a pressure tight vessel over there. I haven't heard them get out of that tent yet. That'd be a scary ticking time bomb. Snow running down the walls.
Dude, what the f***?
One big gust come up and we could just hear the other two start swearing over another tent. We kind of peeked the GoPro out from underneath the tent because neither of us wanted to poke our heads out, and their tents collapsed and it's just a nightmare out there. Their main pole had broke and it punctured through the fly, so it tore it open, a big skylight.
Hit record and goes, record document.
Oh. What we got here, a goddamn snow blizzard. And tent took a little bit of a beating. We did a really patch. Skylight. Keep it romantic in there. So I had to run for a quick shit. Just the usual. I don't know. Either we hang on with that or get the off the top.
Your tent can fail, Dave.
Yeah, I know. That's why I left Dalton in there to hold the walls up. That's just weird.
No, we got all wet anyway.
Yeah, you got some Crocs on. Just saddle up. Right down the trees on the other side. I don't know, anywhere we can get out of the wind is gonna save our shit. Because like I said, even if this tent's all four of us sitting there.
Kind of never dealt with that before, so we didn't know what to do. And I was like, well, we can just roll over into the next saddle, get into the trees, and hope for the best, string the sill tarp over the top of theirs, or all four of us could get in one tent, which isn't ideal, but keep us all alive. Yeah, the tent's not designed for 4 guys, so that was not ideal.
We're getting out of here?
We're getting the off the top. Their tent is
So what, all of us are in here?
we'll see. We might all end up sleeping together tonight. At the least. See if we can fix their tents a little better. That's wet out there.
Taking this thing down, and this is going to be f***ing interesting too.
Dude, I'm soaked. It's wet.
Might need to have a fire just out of survival.
And
Where are we at?
Mother Nature has spoken. Flexed her dominance.
Snap, dude.
We're running. Snap back to reality here. Wrecked the tent. Got everything so fine.
Running for the trees for the 4-man squeeze.
We were in a snafu that couldn't be overcome, so we packed up everything all wet, walked over the pass and down into the hole, and survived.
Should be able to see them sheep trails pretty
You almost need a fire for your hands.
Yeah, lifelong abuse, right? You know, close to zero, but it wasn't life or death, but it was enough to take your feelings away from your extremities. Hypothermia sets in, the shivering. So it was get camp set up and getting your bag wet kind of night, which nobody enjoyed.
Rick, have you ever had a foursome before?
Foursome. That's
Yeah.
just the start of a small orgy. Holy
Holy man.
Oh, my hands come back alive.
Yeah, I got them. Thank you. They're numb to here. I never had that before. Back of the hands now.
Well, we might as well do an interview right now, so.
Yeah. How you feeling, Dalton?
Good.
How you feeling now?
This is the stuff you want to bring home right here. Stuff that keeps you coming back. You know, you get snowed on, cuddle a bunch of dudes in a tent, smell like ass. This makes you want to come back every time.
When you see that ram in your spotter or your binoculars or just naked eye, you get this high that is addicting. And then the next day, whether it be your tent explodes or it snows on you, you get this. It's like tipping over the edge on a water slide or a roller coaster, and you're going down to the bottom, but you band together, you make fun of each other, you do whatever you can do to put the brakes on, and you pull out of the dive before you blow the plane up, essentially.
It's peaceful. It really cuts everything down. It slows you down. It gets you focused on what you're doing and where you're at in life and what you appreciate, especially when you're out there and it's just quiet.
I can take a moose relatively easy and fill a freezer. Now I feel like I could be lucky and take a good deer and fill the freezer. I could be lucky. You put in enough time, you can get lucky. Sheep hunting, you got to push past just luck. You have to prepare, and you have to put in the time. And of course, we're all lucky in the end if you're doing it right. But you've really got to put in the effort for the sheep hunting. There's no cheats there. But it becomes quite a journey, a quest almost.
If it was just easy, I think everyone would have a sheep on their wall, and I wouldn't care about it. But it's It's not so much the trophy, it's the process, it's the contrast.
We got back down to our camp and the sun had poked out, so we strung out our whole camp, everything scattered everywhere, drying out. And I looked over and here's a band of rams come running over the hill right into our camp.
Ram. Good. He's running. What the looks big. There you go.
There they are. I see him.
Coming this way, dude. Yeah, that looks like a nice one. Coming out of the spotter, Dad. They're all rams.
Holy boys. What are we looking at, Jake?
Talk formations, buddy.
I'm gonna go get the telescopic.
Rick ranged them at 470 or something like that. And come running over and there was panic at the disco right away. They get the spotters on them and judge them and we got a pretty good feel and it kind of boosted morale up from there.
Holy f***, are they moving?
We just had a couple of rams there. 2 legal, 1 little needle horn, but weren't quite what we were looking for. Of course, we tried to get in and leave them closer, but wind hit us. So let them be. Don't want to learn them too much, but they both look to be 8-year-olds, so it's not exactly what we want. Nice rams, though. Go back and have a little celebration in camp.
This is the kind of places this happens, right? The right one comes along, the right one comes along.
Not what we're looking for tonight, but hopefully we got a bunch more evenings to pick from.
That feels good to pass the Eagle Rams, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Go home, brag about the fish you got away. Nobody believes you.
Good work, buddy.
Shit, yeah, buddy. That was a could've. That was a could've.
we got to our end point, you kind of were pressing the game. Let's go up
Yeah.
and over. So we dropped our shit, got light, got up top, and walked me through what we ended up seeing at the end of that.
We dropped all our big weights, all our food and everything. We kind of just stored it in this little drainage and dropped all the weights. We could go up with light packs, ran up on top, and it was literally like being on top of the world. You could see everything forever. Like, it was one of the coolest places I've ever been. You could just see forever. There's goats running around, there's sheep beside us. It was pretty cool up on top.
Don't really beat that, eh?
No. The sweat equity's worth it on this one.
Yeah. Me, that's beautiful.
Yeah, dude. This is why we do it.
Hey, Rick. You're fucking badass.
Yeah, right.
Like nowadays, you can have these kind of different passions cross. We get to experience something most people don't ever even think about even trying to experience. Because you've been through it more than the rest of us, right? Like, what is it about the wilderness and like getting out there like that is so special?
I don't know that that's a one answer kind of a question. I think it's probably very personal for lots of different people, but for me,
Rick's been through some times, as everybody has. They go through some crazy stuff, but the fact that guy can just keep going, man, like he's getting up there and he still makes us look like brand new hunters, or we're walking on Bambi legs as he's running down the Rocky Mountain.
He was this weapon in his early life, became a great dad, had a stroke, and now he's like rediscovering what it is to be human and to be vulnerable and not scared of death. And he shot a sheep last year. He's got 2 sheep in his first half of his life. Now he's got 1, and I think he's been talking about the 40 so long. I might just, it's not letting, I just feel like it's his story.
But that guy is just 100%, and he doesn't care. That is Rick Cook. There's nobody. He's not trying to be somebody else. He is Rick Cook.
feeling, and I know it's not true most of the time, but feeling like you're the first person to stand there. And I read about it. I read about it as a kid, in magazines and stuff. People, the Chadwick Ram, and we all have. And that first people through, and it feels like that when you're up there. And for me, it gets to be spiritual,
That's worth the trip right there. Gotta come see this view, bud. I got better. Anything to say to the people back home? This guy's 65 and he's standing right there.
Thanks, kids, for getting me off the couch.
Planting the seed, buddy. Turn! Take the corner!
Right?
Big rocks, how they just sit here. How long do you think that thing's been sitting there for?
About 2.5 years.
2.5?
Yeah, at least. Have to get closer and look at the lichen.
Well, it was kind of weird the whole trip. None of the sheep were doing things like no normal sheep would do. They were all tied up in the tallest mountain right at the very top, up in the castle rocks. I think they were all hiding from the bugs because we seen a couple of sheep up close and they were just getting tormented by the bugs the whole trip. The sheep weren't acting normal, but we got into this bowl where we'd spotted some rams.
Fine.
There's two different small groups, two groups of two. Each one had really nice rams. Like I believe that one twisty ram that we were looking at was probably that 40+ inch ram, like just gorgeous. Another one was broomer. We couldn't get close enough to get a good age on him, but he was broomed off, real heavy, nice ram. But again, that was a day hike from camp. So we had to go back to camp, and that drainage was out of our path. It wasn't the way we were planning on going.
It's got a super tight curl. Where's the second? It's bedded over the rock right there.
We climbed a brow to get a view into a back bowl, and Jake there spotted a pretty nice ram with another ram. I think we saw 4 or 5 sheep, 2 different kind of groups.
Standing up, rubbing his head on the ground. Now it gets windy, of course.
Looked closer, and one we figured, well, both we figured were legal.
So there's another one bedded in front of him. He's actually pretty heavy where he's broomed off, eh? Yeah. Well, in a wind tornado for a change. We'll probably be able to count rain. But he's got real dark horns, but short. Scratching on the rock.
That looks cool, eh? Huh. Chatty.
We decided to not go after him. It was, I don't know, 4 or 5K through a deep valley again. Yeah, we didn't have camp.
Having found what we were looking for, a part of us didn't want to leave. We didn't want to go back to camp. Mother Nature would reward us for our patience.
South Homer up top, cruising across.
What do you think his dive performance will be?
Well, it's out of 9, so I believe he can break 5.5.
5.5. You've coached him all his life.
Well, that's his personal best, so we'll see what he can do today.
Do you think that he will attract any females doing this in the area?
Well, let's see. I haven't seen any females nearby, but this will bring them out.
We'll accept a belly flop.
Big frontward push. Oh yeah, he does it.
Oh!
Yes,
Oh! That's a real.
You want some soap?
Got some. Holy f***, is it slippery?
That probably feels unreal though.
What do you think, judges? Did he beat his 5.5? I think 6 for effort.
Oh, I don't even want to wash myself now.
Hair's not even wet, it's just wax.
That's how they survived back in the day.
Yeah.
Not bad, Rick.
That's the 40-year-old sill tarp.
Come on in, get a shot. I got the furniture out, everything.
Got the fine china out in there?
Yeah, got the fire ready to go in case shit happens.
Yeah.
Well, we found rams yesterday. Some good ones. We know where they're at. Not ideal place to go, but we're gonna give it a go.
My mom always said, don't put your eggs in one basket, but that's what we're doing.
Yeah. We gotta try.
Last play.
Last play, we know there's rams there.
We got 2
We
days.
could go out that way, but we don't know if there's any rams there, so
Yeah.
tackle the ones we know.
Tackle the ones we know. 2 days to get it done. 2 days to get home. We've been out here way too long. All right.
Taking a button hook.
Button hook. No more taking the river out of play.
Yeah.
We're gonna scratch the river.
We're chasing bone the wrong way, so we're making the wrong way the right way.
Go chase the ram.
Pack out to a different lake.
I like it.
Stay in the mountains as long as possible.
Fucking brush.
Blow down. Lovely.
How long do you think that's been sitting there for? Gritting your teeth yet?
If I grit my teeth, they break.
Well, don't grit your teeth then.
Couldn't evaluate the sheep, couldn't pick them up right away. We had to get close, because of the rain, we couldn't evaluate it a kilometer. We had to close the distance, so it was basically a stalk, getting to within evaluation range, 500 yards of a sheep. And they're bedded in overwatch positions, so It was a creep up a creek kind of thing, and it rained on the whole time. But then we finally did get a good look.
Cool.
What do we got?
What?
2 is a really good sign.
Heavy.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 annuli.
We'll see if he'll turn his head. They usually don't stand back up till like 3. So we got like 4 or 5 hours here to chill. Make sure.
Yeah. Count those rings all day long. I don't know where that ram come from.
That ram.
No, I know, but he's heavy, dude.
That's a different ram altogether, isn't it?
I don't know.
That was a long drainage, kind of uphill, fading to the left into a bowl. Probably climbed 1,000 feet elevation on the right-hand side to keep the sheep out of view. Got within, I don't know what we thought was 1,000 yards and rolled up on a kind of an intermediate wrinkle.
Good snacks, Rick. Thanks for sharing. Pro tip 306. Water still gets you wet.
Where we at, Jake?
Last 300 yards. Take the backs off.
Where are we at, guys? We're on the last edge.
both sides. Sheep on both sides. Carries his weight down low, but it's heavy down. It's only 9. He's short.
You want him?
Do I want him 1,000 guys?
You didn't have one, you'd shoot him?
Yeah, if I didn't have one, I'd shoot him. It's pretty nice. Reminds me of Jake's first ram.
It was nice to get up close and feel that accomplished. Like we did it without having to take that ram out of there. You know, let him live out his prime.
He's leaving.
Your average good ram that most people would be happy to hang on their wall, but I don't know. There wasn't compromise in the bunch, and it was good to see that nobody wanted to bend just to pull the trigger. It was more in that moment we succeeded in what we set out to do. We set out to kill something big, to shoot a ram no one had ever seen before, and I think that ram had been seen, and it was the right ram to shoot. Probably he's 9 years old. Might not be the head breeder, or might not make too many more winners, but just lesser genetics, I guess. And seeing that big twisty ram the day before, we had hopes of getting up high and finding him again, and so we walked past that ram. He kind of walked out the end of the drainage, and we went out the notch again and went up high into the Mordor. Fight the Goblin King. But then we got hit by the weather again and pushed us off the mountain, and we're on the latter end of 4 days of rain.
Turned into a trudge at the end because our exit plan to a different lake, we decided against that because water's high and we had a major river to cross, so we nixed it, decided to fall back on our plan B lake, which was now we're halfway home. We had to like put on the stretch to get to this pickup lake because it's basically the turn of the weather, the wet weather for a week.
I get to show my loved ones, but we get to create something. You get to build what you're passionate about, and I get to chase what I'm passionate about, and we get to like smash that together, create a film. And I think we met each other at the right time where you're ascending, and I think Jake and I are right at the right time to just capture something great. Like I watched a lot of films, a lot of other people's creations on that mountain, and I think we just bring this weirdly persistent twist to hunting. Like if you just walk that one step farther, if you just go to the lake that no one ever gone to, if you is cross a river that's uncrossable. There are places on this planet where that animal just lives in this little part of the world that it's always one step farther. It's let's go on a 10-day hunt. Well, maybe we should go for 11. Maybe we should go through one more DIAC with the truck. It's just, let's get up an hour early. Let's fight through the rain.
Don't tell me no.
Yeah, there is no no. And as soon as somebody told me no, that pilot says, do you think you shouldn't go there? That is where I need to be.
Yeah, cheers, boys. Hell of a f***ing trip. Still not over, but
Oh, that tastes sexy in my mouth.
holy fuck, is that good? Wow, that's real nice.
Oh, yesterday was bad. It was so wet. I don't know if I've ever seen rain like that. It felt like I had got in the lake with all my clothes on for like 10 hours. Like just stayed in the lake because I was soaked, man. Threw all my gear, pack soaked. Apparently you should wash your pack out after every year because mine still had some blood in it from last year, and well, that got soggy enough to make everything in my pack stink, like rotting carcass, so that was fantastic for everybody. But we had a big death march. We could see where we were going, the lake that we wanted to go get picked up at, and I think it was 11K as a crow flies from our previous camp. And we just started smashing bush, down the mountain, through the swamp, across the beaver dam, soaking wet. None of us stopped for water, so we didn't have water for like 6 hours. And come all the way through, and it was just wet. The bugs were terrible. I don't even know how that makes sense. So that was a death march, and we kept walking and walking and walking, and we found a horse trail along the side of the lake, so we were excited about that. Started running it, and we came across an old camp from hunters in the past, and they'd left all the garbage in the bush, which was rude, but I mean, they left some tarps behind, so we managed to set up a little break from the rain, lit a fire.
Salvage some garbage somebody else left.
Made a good push.
Got schlucked.
How was the walk? Wet and horrible?
Yeah. 7K, bushwhack.
Through the rain and the flies and the bugs.
Yep. Moisture hole.
So we got the final walk. How does it feel?
Empty. Pack's nice and light.
Got more stink than we got food.
Yeah. And my pack stinks, oh man.
just need one. Holy, that's deep.
Did come bearing gifts. I got a couple beers for a beer for each one of you.
Right.
Yeah, we're good enough here, eh? That's for being a little late today.
That's a win.
Get that on camera.
Oh, lucky.
That's the bulk of it.
Cheers, buddy.
Yeah.
Cheers, boys.
Oh, man, is that amazing.
Think about all the people, not just now, but in the future that will get to witness you, like long after you're gone, long after I'm gone. And this will be documented. Does that have any meaning to you? Like the
legacy kind of thing of it?
Not as much the legacy, but more just like the culture. Because I feel like not a lot of people really even understand what people do out here.
This is very out of place for the normal living now. When I was growing up, this was normal living. I read books about people doing this, in the 50s and hunting elk in the 60s and reloading and wildcatting. This was just a way of life. Now it seems very far removed from our daily routine, but it wasn't so far removed just a generation ago.
Yeah.
So I think a generation from now, it'll be very far removed. So I'm glad to have seen it. You guys are fortunate to see it too.
When you look at the map that you've been pinning out, right? What would you say like the logistics of this distance-wise, and like what we've almost covered? We've up this mountain range basically.
Oh yeah, we climbed 13 of the highest peaks out of probably 18 in the range. We covered, I would say, 120 to 150 kilometers realistically. I don't know how many thousands of steps. And I don't know. We were doing like 2,500 feet of vertical every day, just pounding like 2-3 mountains a day. Ultimately, I don't think we failed, but we didn't meet the ultimate goal of harvesting a ram over 40 inches. But
I think in retrospect though, like I don't consider it a failure when you execute to every degree other than you just don't have the one.
Yeah, We executed on our free will. You can't make the ram be where the ram needs to be. And ultimately, I think we saw 2 really good sheep. We never saw the mondo we came to find. So when that mountain range is at my back, nobody can see it, but we put it behind me, and I have no regrets. We did some things we never done. We made lifelong friends that we never had before this trip. We found something inside of each other as a team, as an individual. We learned, we conquered.
One of the big perks of sheep hunting is you wait all your life and you do one of these, and you get to ride up some of the most scenic, blow your mind kind of trails. There is no other. I'll just give you a short little stretch of a horse trail leading up into the sheep country. Take it, Dalton.
Like, if you were to describe Jake in your own words, how would you describe him?
The biggest thing comes, he's unstoppable, he's ambitious, and he's a fucking weapon out there. Unstoppable force on that mountain. He can hike, his eyes are incredible. He has this will to do great things in hunting. He's a guide, he's a houndsman. He's got all these skills that a lot of guys his age don't even come close to, and he's definitely an asset on that mountain, and just unstoppable force, really.
Like, how do you speak to that? Like, how is your bond with Bud and Rick?
There's no other bond ever. Like, sorry, love, but there's no other bond that could ever meet the criteria of a true hunting partner. You see the worst in people, you see the best in people, you see everybody's flaws. There's nothing better than a rock solid hunting partner, and Bud and I really found that, and I think that's where our friendship really foundation from. And there's no words to describe a hunt partner. Anybody with a hunt partner, you know.
And this is just relaxation. This is what you do on your vacation. You know, I'd sooner do this than go to a big city. Lots of people are like that. You know, I don't think it's that exceptional. I'm fortunate enough that my health hasn't cut me off at the knees yet. The knees still work.
You're gonna bleep all the crying and all the names of places.
Just be a black rectangle around Rick's head.
And I gotta say, Dalton, you held up your end. You were as inconspicuous as you can be, and still doing all the daily grunt, right? So, no, you did well, just to keep up. A lot of people don't like what we do, and it becomes a drag when somebody's miserable, right? So, no, you kept spirits up, and you did all your things, as well as doing all the suck that we had to do, too. So. Absolutely. So it was a pretty good trip that way. Personality-wise, it worked.
It's all about taking a picture and looking cool. It's not about finding yourself anymore, and I think we need to get back to what this really is. And I think this is a big part of it, and I think that's a big part of my drive to want to be like that, is to pass this on to my daughter. I put a lot of money into the Wild Sheep Society. I come out here and I don't shoot the wrong rams. Like, I've been a part of 5 ram harvests, and closest to not legal is 3 inches. Like, we're passing 8-year-olds every trip. It's just like, if I die with 10 rams on the wall, I think you like, why at that point? If you're not, once you're a sheep hunter, they can't take that away from you. So like, you're not a better sheep hunter to whack and stab. To me, you're a better sheep hunter to get in close and live with these animals and see them for what they are. Like we had a ewe at 4 yards, and it's just a beautiful critter.
We wanted to put this together to bring home and show our families. You know, and you'd asked me in the original interview, like, what do you think about thousands of people seeing this? Like, this is going to be seen across the world. That's something that I never even never once even thought about leading into it. And then to see that rough copy put together, and you know, to sit down and watch that with my wife was pretty cool. Not to know what was coming, if I'm just looking like an idiot on the mountain, but you know, my kids were glued to the TV. We put it on the big screen. It was only a 3-minute video, but I think I've watched it 118 times. Like, pictures last a lifetime. Like, you can relive your memories through those, but to actually capture the raw emotion through a film is something else. Like, there's no words for it. I felt like every 118 times that I watched that video, I felt like I was back on the mountain.
It's not how many in the end, it's just how long you can keep following your passion. You can keep doing it. Like when you can't do it, you're gonna want to be able to, so do it.
Just me personally, like what you're doing at your age is like insane to me. Like, it is absolutely bad.
But you know how many older guys than me I need?
Oh yeah, no, I know. I'm not. It's tough to call yourself Superman sometimes. There's always someone that's more impressive, but like at a certain point, like, you know,
I appreciate it.
What is your thoughts on like him doing what he's doing at his age? In my mind, it's incredibly impressive. Yeah, you don't see that too often. Having a dad that's 65 and like, you know, you're in your mid to late 30s. Like, most people don't even get that chance to still be doing what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I think it's unreal. A lot of just talking to others that not only do I get to do it with my dad, but with my dad at his age. I think if I'm 65 and I'm still on the sheep hill, if my daughter would take me, I would. That's he's won.
Yeah.
I think we both won at this point. So.
Chicken burger. Turn! Take the corner!
Stuff that keeps you coming back when you get snowed on. Huddle a bunch of dudes in the tent, smell like ass. Just makes you want to come back every time.
Oh yeah. Look at the shaft on that.
That's a joke.
Wanted me to fill up Bud's water, didn't you? Give me your water bottle.
No.
My boys.
Well, cut this bullshit.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry.
Bud's a dirty f***ing cheat. Let's switch back. This is
Buddy, get your head down there.
boys. I'm literally crushed into the corner right now. This is not the way to do this at all.
It's so much better, man.
No, it's not. Look at Jake. He's got all the room in the world.
This green mat has to go that way 2 inches. That means you have to get off it.
Don't let me go. Well, no, I'm sleeping in the crack.